All right, good morning, everyone. We are here at day 2 of our Season 0 simulation. Right now, as you can see on the screen, we have our standings from round 1 so far. We had 2 games yesterday. Kyle McCord putting together quite a game. 10.08 fantasy points in the loss to the Jets. And Matt Stafford, barely eclipsing Matt Stafford to a 9.38 fantasy points in his 3-minute quarter game against the Jets. Of course, the Rams actually won that one. I'm a little shocked. I got to tell you, a little shocked at the Jets beating the Eagles, even in these simulations. That is our standings. You can see them on the screen. We're going to take them off right now and get to our game. As you can see here, the Jets with a 74 rating, being able to put together the victory against the Eagles yesterday. So we're going to move on today to try to get a few games in, and we'll get one in this morning. We're looking at the Jets versus the Steelers. We have rearranged the Steelers roster so that Will Howard can be we've rearranged the depth chart. Will Howard will be our starter. Commentary. We're going to go with Mike Tirico. They're just my favorite. All right, just for argument's sake here, we've been 8:15 p.m. in clear weather, trying to keep everything standard for our simulations here as we move on. It's a game number 3 here. That's Snoop. We got Snoop in the house. I gotta tell you, I've played a lot of games, and I don't remember seeing much Snoop. I don't know if I've seen that cutscene before. I do apologize for my voice. It's still a little bit on the fritz. Getting better, a little better. I would say I'm at like 60% right now. These games have been taking about 35 minutes, which is a little bit longer than I was hoping, but all these cutscenes, and I'm really like sort of hesitant to push any buttons. Here's been one of our problems, this thing here. Just delay. We've had to reset it on one occasion. I don't quite understand why we have the delay here. Alright. There we go. Maybe it's just loading. Maybe it's the live stream. All those fun things. Will Howard, I think, is a 64. McCord was a 65. But you put these 3-minute quarters in, who knows? We've seen some very strange action here, I think that Saquon Barkley had negative yards rushing in the simulation yesterday. Come on, let's go. Can we please kick off? We saw the Rams come out and try to establish a running game with Kyron Williams, and it didn't really work. And that killed the drive. And when the drive gets killed, man, you don't have a lot of time left. So it's almost like a punishment getting that ball first, because your QB tends to try to establish a run game. I'm getting a little nervous here with this thing. All right, let's do the reset. It's driving me crazy. I know. I play Minecraft. My daughter plays Minecraft. All right, we will restart here. There we go. Maybe we have to do that. I think I did that both times yesterday. It's just that little section there in the beginning. It just gets hung. Crypto, our friend Crypto has Will Howard. Bought the Will Howard NFT. Of course, you can go to our Magic Eden page, magiceden.us/marketplace/QBC, and see what NFTs we still have left. We have a lot left. Drake May, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams. A lot of good players, some rookie cards. Remember, all of our NFTs are tokenized player cards, actual player cards. So you own the NFT, you own the card that we custody. Gives these NFTs some underlying value, and then you can opt in for play and get involved. I totally wasn't watching that first play. I don't know if that was a pass or not. I messed that up. Not paying attention. Talking too much.
He's able to pick up the first down. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They'll stay on the ground with
Look at that, carving up the Jets D on the run.
inside the 30. A terrific run there. He's finally taken down at the 25-yard line.
An interesting purchase of Will Howard.
Play for Pittsburgh. 37 yards.
I gotta say thank you for the support there, Crypto. Thank you for the support.
Did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick and he hit it. Next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pick.
Will Howard just handing the ball off. Kenny Gainwell.
He's able to get away from one man with the reinforcement.
And now you're gonna see a throw, you would think.
Taken down for a loss on the play.
All week long, they stress, Mike, that we have to get as many defenders to this ball carrier as possible. They know he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to be hard to get on the ground.
You see Metcalf there up on top.
Rallying to the ball as it had here. They're able to take him down.
Ooh, he hands off again. And they don't seem to care here. They're just running right through the Jets defense. This is sort of what I expected. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Here's a throw. Completion. I think I saw 10 yards receiving there, so they're gonna kick it.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he.
But again, you head over to the Magic Eden Marketplace. Lots of links. You can find it in the description. And purchase an NFT. It is a tokenized player card. And then you can opt in for fantasy play, earn QBC, and in this case for Season 0, as long as you purchase and opt in by the end of Round 1, we will include your quarterback in this competition. There's Davis. Got him wrong yesterday. All right, so I got 10 yards passing for Will Howard, 0.4 points after the first quarter, one possession. Now, again, if you are crypto and you're a Will Howard fan, by the way, good, interesting pickup because, you own these NFTs, you own them for life. As long as we are in business, we're going to be running seasons, and you can make those investments for the long term. A loss of 6. Tyrod Taylor looking a little mad.
But it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
2nd and 16. Ooh. Solid run. These guys celebrating like they won a Super Bowl. Did they get that? No, 3rd and 1. Man, I mean, it's a big play here. We need to get Will Howard some points. Sneak. First down. Mechie. Tick, 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 tick.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but
it's kind of a, you're in not a strange position here, but
He's forced
You know, the Jets will be getting the ball in the second half.
This is something that they know.
So you kind of need the Jets to score to keep it close.
To this play.
You could also get the ball back here.
Incomplete. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there. And third down coming up.
Let's make no mistake about it, Mike. I mean, this
It's an annoying warning, huh?
has not been very efficient here in the first half. I mean, they've produced more yards on the ground than through the air, and incompletions like that certainly aren't going to help.
Mitchell. I tell you, this team, they compete.
Gain of 7 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
You find it hard to believe that Taylor gets so much time back there. Where's Watt? Gotta get in there, man. He is going against Membu, who's solid. There's Mitchell. 1:20 to go.
Down at the 30-yard line.
24 yards.
A gain of 24 through the
Damn.
air. Good for a Jets first
24-yard
down.
gain on the play. And a Jets first down.
We may not see another Will Howard play in this half.
In rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Interesting. Nice tackle.
Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
A lot of defensive strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on them, and in this case, they're able to hold them to no gain.
Taylor.
Just take their sweet. Ooh, almost got him.
Pass to the running back. He's home. He's going to be marked down.
Did he get out of bounds there?
12-yard line.
They call timeout.
Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their second.
Yeah, I mean, this first half is going rather quickly.
Until halftime.
Could be, well, you know, you'd like to think they're going to kick a field goal, but I tell you, with clock management in this game, it's really, really bad. No sense of urgency there in the last minute and a half.
Down at
And yeah, they got it down to the 12, but
first and 10.
they have one timeout left. Let's see how they screw this up.
Taylor looking to throw.
There's Brees Hall.
Into the hands of his
Now, do you call timeout? They're not doing it.
forward for a gain of 9.
No sense of urgency. He's sitting there in a huddle.
Offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's
What is going on here?
get the ball into the hands.
You got to call timeout and kick the field goal, right?
The rest.
A good
They're going to run one. This is a typical Jets. What did they do?
use their
All right, all right.
timeout
You know what?
and they'll get together
I mean, aside from the fact they wasted 20 seconds, which would be typical of the Jets, you're going to kick a field goal here, right? I know the huddle is showing Tyrod Taylor in the O, but you're going to kick a field goal here. You got to tie it up, which is good for crypto because then you'll get to see Will Howard maybe throw.
Now, on with the field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. Folks kick.
He gets it in, 2 seconds left on the clock.
Jets will tie the game at 3 apiece.
What a methodical drive to close this half out. I mean, let's not forget, Mike, they get the ball after the break as well, so they get back-to-back. They call it doubling up possessions. Last one of the first half, first one of the second half. It's a great opportunity to put some distance between you and the opponent.
And no return here. This is a touchback. From the 35.
We'll schedule information for today. After this game, we're going to go to J.J. McCarthy,
Throwing is Howard.
who's been in the news.
With a deep shot looking for Thielen.
Oh, I didn't even think they were going to do that. Look at that. That would have been nice.
On the final play,
Been like a 60-yarder for you, but
and that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen here.
All right,
with
maybe
an
we get some
abridged
stats
version
here.
of the halftime
I have Will
report.
Howard for 10
Both
yards.
Offenses still trying to find their way. Tight, competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To
How come
find out
Metcalf
who'll come
wasn't
out
down
on
there?
top, let's rejoin
Yeah,
our
10
broadcast
yards.
team. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Look at, I mean, the Jets are crushing them in stats. I got to question, I got to question this whole thing. Team is a 74. March right down the field on the Steelers defense. Well, we do have an Aaron Rodgers NFT holder too. That will come up at a later point in the schedule. Today's schedule, we're going to do J.J. McCarthy next. I think we're going to do Patrick Mahomes after that. We'll try to get the NFT holders. To watch The Sims. Not getting high view count here. This is our first real live streams. I'm not really... I mean, I think we had one viewer. It may have been my daughter. Yesterday. Hey, you know, doing it for the project. This is what's going to happen. Maybe early on we're not going to get some viewers, but it'll grow. It'll grow. All right, we got a third down here. I mean, really need to stop. Is that even... Yeah, that's Breece Hall back there. They went right to him. Whoa, is he gone? No. Oof. I tell you, I should have kept Tyrod Taylor's stats in this.
It's not a coincidence, Mike, that the best offenses in the NFL are all excellent at yards after the catch. It's a combination of a few things. A highly accurate quarterback.
I mean, he's got...
And the ability of the
Here we are with 120 left in the third. And he's got more yards passing than any of the other QBs that have gone so far.
It's a gain of 10 yards. And the Jets have a first down.
I gotta tell you, we had a bunch of NFTs get purchased right when we were released. And someone went bottom fishing and took out Deshaun Watson, Geno Smith, among others. And after a few weeks, the NFTs they didn't pop in value, which not unexpected, not disappointing. And whoever bought them burned them. They burned the NFTs. And now here we are. Touchdown, Mason Taylor. That's probably good. That's probably good, because now you're going to need the touchdown to tie. Maybe you can squeeze out an OT even. I mean, this is out of control. The Jets playing well. That was some catch. Patrick Queen all over him. 20 seconds left in the third. Man, they're looking defeated, those Steelers.
The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point.
So after we play round one and we get our top 8, one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to play head-to-head. So the Jets will be out of it. I don't even know who this King guy is. The Jets will be out of it, and we'll just play head-to-head. Of course, winning still will not matter. Only the fantasy stats matter.
On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell.
Oof. There's that King guy. I don't even know who he is. I'm going to have to look that up.
First possession of this second half. Just the lone field goal for them. So
all right. The rookie
and they'll start first and
from
10.
Ohio State coming out. Kind of an interesting, again, I feel like I didn't circle back on this, but I mean, Aaron Rodgers may or may not play this year. I got to think he's going to play. There's a catch. About 12 yards.
And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
You decline that? I think they took it. I think they took that penalty, which is going to wipe out a decent gain there. There's a nice completion to Metcalf, but
And he's going to have a first down as he's taken down on what is the final play
17 yards or
of
so.
this third quarter.
All right, I got him to 27 yards. I don't know if they're going to give him the yards for that pass interference play. You know, I told you yesterday I tried to turn down the penalties, and I don't know. Maybe it just didn't take, or maybe there's no way to get rid of the pass interference.
Working out of the gun, here's Howard.
He's open.
On the right side.
Interesting.
Corralled by Fields.
That's 6 yards.
And they'll get about half.
5 yards.
Pick up a 5 and sets up second and 5.
I got Howard now with 32 yards.
Defense is giving you.
1.28 fantasy points. Really need a touchdown. I think in the end, you're always going to need a touchdown to stay alive. And Stafford had one yesterday, and McCord had one yesterday. You need those 6 points. Hey, there we go.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Is that 20?
15 yards.
15.
Good for a Steeler first down.
So I got Howard now at 47.
For any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes, he has the defender
Coming up on the
thinking
2-minute
everything
warning
is
here.
a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw.
Got the completion. He's breaking a tackle. About 8 yards.
That's a nice gain, though, on first down. A pickup of 7.
7.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play.
Carving up the Jets defense here. I mean, you know, you get a TD here, you're in. You're in the mix.
They come up for 2nd and 2. Throwing again. Howard.
Incomplete. Is that Metcalf?
Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
On 3rd and 6, it's Howard.
There he is. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Steelers.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting
That's a big one.
do you want to take the lead with still enough time?
It's a good question.
to get the ball back?
They can't
So to
go for
try to
2
win it,
here.
I think I'm kicking the extra point here
Yeah.
to tie the game.
Adam Thielen with the TD.
Opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation.
I got 8.64 points for Will Howard right now. Unofficially.
Not level yet. A critical extra point attempt. to
Still has him in 3rd place. Got a minute 49 to go. We are tied, so a potential OT game.
late in this football game.
Everyone's got all their timeouts.
Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe
Nice
one or
drive
two
put
out.
together by Pittsburgh and Will Howard there.
In the air. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28.
Crypto still in it.
The Jets offense getting those helmets back.
He's got Kyle McCord, first place, leading the way.
This game,
And Will Howard now
following that touchdown a moment ago.
a 65 and a 64.
This drive, it starts with first down.
Threatening to take the top 2 spots over the MVP. Mechie.
And he's going to be out of bounds.
I mean, you either want them to score quickly here,
An ideal beginning to this drive. 24
or you got to hold them. The last thing you need is a field goal attempt with no time left.
Good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Balls out.
Clock management is not a strength
Now they're able to start this drive.
of Madden coaches.
past the 40. And they'll take this down.
All right, 33-43. What at 30? Is that around the 33-43? It's a 50-yarder right now. That's definitely makeable. Brees Hall, one of the most underrated players in Madden history, apparently.
Tie ball game.
I like Breece Hall. I'm glad they kept him, assuming they keep him.
Get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker could be a hero.
There's Garrett Wilson. We don't see a lot of Garrett Wilson in these games.
That will get them a bit closer. Every yard going to help the field goal kicker.
Who called the timeout? I don't know which one. The Steelers called the timeout. All right, that's smart. Got to get that ball back now. 2nd and 2. I mean, they set themselves up nice here. Again, I don't know. I'm assuming they took the penalty on that pass interference. I have not seen an update on the stats, but that could be key. I have 66 yards for Will Howard. It could be another 12 to 15 yards.
Minute 4 left to go in the game.
We got a first down there, and that's, I mean, this is not looking good for Pittsburgh.
They'll come up for first.
Not looking good for Will Howard, unless they score quickly here. It's like almost one of those where you just let them go. Or maybe we see a fumble. Or a pick. I mean, they're going to run.
And now the Steelers going to use their third and
Steelers used the last time out. 2nd down.
under a minute left in this one.
Yeah, I mean, the Jets can run the clock down all the way. And then try to kick the field goal.
Here's a
If there was one thing consistent with the Jets last year, it was their kicker, who they let walk this offseason. Nick Folk. He went to the Falcons.
looked in by Mitchell. And he's taken down. That will get them a bit closer. Every yard going to help the field goal kicker right now.
Tick, 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 tick. Can't stop the clock if you're Pittsburgh.
Towels waving. Steeler fans.
This has got to be a run here. Oh, look at that. All right. They're going to go right. Yep. Thank you, Mike Tirico.
And set up the game-winning field goal try.
Not Will Howard's fault. I don't know what you guys yelling at him about.
The way the offensive line looks, Mike, and here on this last third down,
2 drives, 2 scores. I think that's all he had. This 3-minute really is a killer. I mean, to leave 1 second on the clock is kind of
That very likely will be a game winner.
and that's just gotta
kind
be
of silly there.
over on that sideline, Mike. I mean,
I mean, you might see a squib kick in real life. I think here you just see him a normal kick.
I mean, what's left to be said? It was
Let's see if he kicks it out of the end zone. Yep. All right. So you got one play, and this could have a tremendous factor on our simulation here. Let's see. I don't know if Will Howard can get it 65 and through the air. Nice protection. Got to throw it. There it goes.
Looking for Thielen.
Oh!
Complete. The defense holds here in the final minute.
And
They're going to
that is it. The Jets taking a W. Again, the Jets now are now 2-1.
They get themselves
2-1 in these games.
one final shot. Kicker delivers.
I have Howard with 8.64 points. We are going to check out the final stats in a moment. Again, I do not touch these buttons until the stats come up.
You've been watching the NFL on
I've played too many games where the stats just fly by and I miss them.
We say good night.
Good night, Mike Tirico. We'll see you in a bit. All right, player stats. Let's see what we got. Great quarterbacking here. 70 yards. I had 66. 1 touchdown. Let's check out the rushing. If you remember game 1. All right, we got nothing here from the rushing. And just to check it out in case I missed some sort of weird gadget play, which I didn't. All right, there you have it. Will Howard, 8.8 points total. 3rd place on our ranking. I don't know if that's going to hold. I would think that that's probably not going to hold. I mean, we have another 15 or so of these to go, unless we have some more NFT purchases over the next week. We'll see how it goes. All right, Will Howard, you're in the books at 8.8, 3rd place. We're going to cut the live stream. We'll be back in a few minutes with JJ McCarthy.